Hey Hunks, you know who's a badass? Nathan Drake.
Since 2007, Drake has been kicking ass around the world, and in that time we have followed Drake on 3 of his adventures.
4.
What?
Yeah, dude, that one Vita game.
Oh yeah, well that one was cool and everything, but...
And there is that one card game on Vita.
We don't talk about that one, Sam! We don't!
Regardless on how many adventures Nate has been on, he's done a lot of badass things along the way.
And to get ready for Uncharted 4 coming out tomorrow, we thought it would only be fitting to count down his finest moments of badassitude.
So get ready to hunk out with your junk out because it's Pixel Hunk's top 5 badass Uncharted moments.
Number 5!
Throughout the Uncharted games, Drake has had a lot of awesome companions. Sully, Charlie Cutter, Chloe, Elena, you know what I'm saying?
But by far the most badass sidekick was the Tibetan-speaking Tenzin from Uncharted 2.
After nursing you back to health, you and Tenzin become bros.
Exploring ice caves together, saving each other's lives a few times, and Drake even giving Tenzin a little English lesson.
Nazis.
Nazi?
But that English lesson is cut short when a few Yetis crash your party and decide to go on a toboggan sled race down your faces.
But that's okay, Steve, because you and Tenzin have each other's back and have some sweet MP40s at your disposal to fight off the beasts.
Oh, and did we mention that Tenzin has your back and is a freaking badass?
After surviving an onslaught of Yetis and jumping to your escape via elevator, everything seems safe.
Until one last Yeti jumps on for a ride to try and bring you down, but then you shoot him in the face and take him out.
Speaking of shooting video game characters in the face...
Number 4!
So we're just gonna call it right now. Uncharted 4 will have some crazy escape scene where you barely come out of it alive.
Every Uncharted game has had a few of these moments, but the 2 that stuck out to us as being the most badass were the chateau and the cruise ship, both from Uncharted 3.
Now, while I argue that the chateau is way more badass, Steve thinks that some dinky little cruise ship is far cooler.
Sam, the cruise ship was way more badass than that stupid old French building fart. Escaping a burning building, that's been done a million times before, but escaping a sinking cruise ship, now that has never been done before.
Pretty sure that's been done before.
But not as badass as this.
Whatever. Steve and I argued about this passionately for a few hours, and in the end, I had to text one of our old friends to see who was right. And Steve won.
I won because I was right, you nerd! The cruise ship finds Nathan Drake alone, by himself, trying to escape the sinking ship from pirates.
Yeah, my mom let me be alone too when I was 13.
So while you try to keep your head just above water and survive, you also have those pirates shooting at you.
He can swim! He's an adult male! He can swim!
The boat eventually turns on its side, causing you to scale the walls in a manner that they didn't intend you to do when they built that ship.
Who cares? This isn't a bouncy castle! You can climb! You're an adult!
Eventually you end up in the atrium, where you can see on the ceiling the water is just begging to spill in and drown you.
It's water! You can drink water! You can't drink fire from the chateau!
Finally, Ramses makes an appearance and shoots the glass, causing the water to rush towards you. And Drake has to make a daring escape while the water is electrified. That's right, electrified water.
Who cares? This is... Oh crap, I can't think of anything for that. That's cool.
Finally, Drake successfully dives into the ocean, escaping the watery tomb that is the cruise ship.
It's water! It's just water in a stupid cruise! Ah!
Number 3!
So, Nathan Drake, he blows shit up. It's what he does.
So in Uncharted 2, when throughout the entire game you're searching for the Chintamani stone, and in the end you find it in the beautiful lost city of Shambhala, along with the freaking tree of life, what do?
Record all your findings and GPS locations in a journal and give it to archaeologists.
No! You go all make a bay on that shit and blow it up!
So you have to kill the big bad Lazarevich, right, Sam?
Right, Steve.
So how do you do it? Shoot him with a bunch of bullets, punch him in the face a bunch of times?
No. Shoot exploding tree sap.
Exploding tree sap.
From the tree of life, so badass!
Chuck Norris doesn't kill people with exploding tree sap.
Chuck Norris is a little bitch compared to Nathan Drake.
Yeah, so after beating him up a little bit and leaving him to be torn apart by Smurf people, you have to traverse an entire bridge that is falling apart beneath your feet.
Fergie was wrong! That London Bridge is coming down!
Nate and company leave Shambhala a flaming blue catastrophe.
It's like a freaking Kiss concert played there!
The wreckage they leave behind is something that an absolute hero would do. Nay, something a badass would do.
They just leave! And the city's still on fire! fire! It's so badass!
What the hell did you do back there?
Oh, you know, save the world. Number 2.
Hey Steve, you know what's badass?
Trying to put a toupee on a gorilla?
What? No, friendship. And there isn't any better pair of best buddies in the Uncharted universe than Nathan Drake and Victor Sullivan.
So in Uncharted 3, when Sully is kidnapped, Drake would do anything to get Sully back, including jumping onto a plane that's about to take off.
And with a little help from Elena, you jump from a moving Jeep onto the landing gear of a plane seconds before it takes off. It's so cool! And you have to hold on to the landing gear as it goes up into the plane as it's taking off into the freaking sky!
But that's not even the end of it. As you're metal gearing through the air ducts, you are grabbed by a big-ass mofo. And after kicking a little tail, you pull the parachute cord of one of the crates that sends the truck out of the plane and leaves you dangling for life because you are in the goddamn sky.
But don't fret, you're Nathan Drake, one of the best climbers in video game history, and you climb your way back up that cargo net, but it's not over yet. When the plane is finally ripped apart and sends you hurling out into the open sky, all hope looks like it's lost, until Drake finds a way.
When life gives Nathan Drake airborne crates, he makes airborne crate lemonade. He pulls the parachute cord of the crate that he manages to hang on to for dear life, allowing him to peacefully land on the desert floor.
It's number 1.
So when me and Steve got together and started compiling this list, we both came up with number 1 immediately. It was Locomotion from Uncharted 2.
Train level?
Train level.
Locomotion, also known as the train level. That's right, you get on a train that traverses the jungle, it goes through the mountainside, and all the while, you're climbing all over it like John Travolta at an Oscar ceremony.
Guys, go back and think about this. When you played Uncharted 2, what's the one thing you remember? The train level.
Train level.
Train level.
Train level!
You know why? Because the train level is the most badass level in Uncharted history. Steve, this level has everything. It has trains.
It's got climbing on top of a train.
It's got going in trains and battling Gatling guns down long hallways of trains.
It's got a bunch of jamokes with guns that you gotta punch in the face.
It's got jamokes with heavy armor that you gotta punch in the face.
It's got those little gas grill things you can shoot that blow up.
The propane tanks?
Propane
I love
tanks.
propane tanks!
Oh my god!
Uncharted 3 has all those propane tanks!
And then you gotta dodge like ding ding thingings on the top of the roof.
Oh, they hit the enemies and they go flying!
And then it becomes snowy outside. It goes from jungle to snow in like a
It's
second.
snow!
It takes a tunnel.
In the tunnel, you have to snipe these guys, and it's really cool because the train's moving and it makes it harder to snipe. It's so cool!
Yeah, and it also has a Gatling gun that you can hop on and shoot a helicopter.
The helicopter's trying to take you out, but you're not gonna let it happen.
It shoots rockets at you, blowing up cars.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, and you gotta escape those rockets.
It's so cool!
But then finally you get on the Gatling gun and you shoot it down.
You shoot the helicopter down while on a moving train. It's so freaking cool!
And then you have a fist fight with this guy named Garza.
You have a fist fight with Garza!
Who even knows Garza?
Who knows? It doesn't matter anymore because you took him out!
And then Chloe's there, and she pulls a gun on you, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Nate. And then Harry comes out, and he's like, hey, love. And he shoots you, and you gotta make a run for it, and you're bleeding a lot of blood.
What an asshole! And then you shoot the propane tank to blow it up, and it goes off the cliff face, and it starts you at the beginning of the game!
And then you go back to it again in the middle.
It's so badass!
It's so badass.
Uncharted! Uncharted 4!
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4!
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4! Uncharted 4!
Hey, Hunks. Thanks for joining us on this top 5 most badass moments in Uncharted history.
And if you want more Uncharted action, make sure you join me tonight as I live stream Uncharted 4 at midnight. So join us right here on the Pixel Hunks YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe and like our video to keep up to date with all the Pixel Hunk news.
Be sure to stay tuned on this channel for more content from us, the Pixel Hunks.